This question was submitted during one of our Ask Me Anything series. The question is from Daniel Briggs. Daniel wrote, there is a leadership position available at my company. I want to apply for it, but I'm worried I'm not a fit because I'm naturally a shy person. My question is, can you be a leader and be shy? Well, Daniel, you asked the right guy. You see, I'm a leader, been one professionally for 30 plus years, and based on results, I have to assume a pretty good one. And I am very shy. I know it doesn't seem like it since I talk very openly and gregariously with you here each morning, but out there in the wild, I'm quite shy. Let me give you another excellent example of this. Doug Conant is somebody I got to know and know a lot about. Doug climbed up the corporate totem pole through General Mills, Kraft Foods, and then became president of Nabisco. Then he was president and CEO of Campbell Soup Company for 10 years. He turned them around from near failure to getting them back on top after his tenure. Doug admits that he is what he called, quote unquote, an extreme introvert. He is painfully shy, as he describes himself. When Doug was fired from General Mills and was interviewing for new jobs, his outplacement counselor told him, quote, "You're never going to get another job. You're too shy. You only answer the questions that you're being asked. You're not selling yourself," said the counselor with intense frustration. The counselor said, "When I read your bio, it's obvious that you are a committed and valuable contributor. Yet, you show up in a way that is so reserved and shy. You have to figure out how to stand out." Well, Doug wasn't sure what to do. He knew that his introversion was causing him to be a horrible interviewee, and he knew that there was not much that he could do about being shy. That's just who he was. But he knew he needed to do something. He knew he needed to get some help. So here's what he decided to do. When he'd go on an interview, the receptionist who greeted him warmly, or the person who graciously showed him to the interviewer, or any pleasant conversation or person that he met along the way, and of course the interviewers themselves, after the interviews were done, he'd go to a coffee shop nearby, and he'd handwrite thank you notes to everybody that he just met. And then he'd go back, give the notes to the receptionist with a coffee, and ask him or her to please deliver the notes to each person that same day. He would thank each person for something specific and distinctive about them in each card or a detail about their interaction. Doug reported, people were floored. He said some people told me they had never received a handwritten note from anybody, particularly at the office. Now, the next time Doug walked into the building for further interviews, he said people would find their way to him. They'd ask him who he was meeting with this time and offer helpful suggestions. "Oh, let me tell you about them. Here's what their hot buttons are. Here's what I know that they're looking for," etc. He said, "I found people went out of their way wanting to help me." And Doug said, "I was just writing a thank you note because I really needed and I genuinely appreciated the help." This not only helped Doug get his next job, when his counselor said he'd never get one again, it continued to elevate him up all through the corporate ladder, all the way to the corner office in the sky and one of the most esteemed CEOs of our lifetime. Doug continued to write those thank you letters. He would write, this is no joke, 10 to 20 a day, 6 days a week. During his 10-year stint at Campbell's alone, it's estimated that he wrote over 30,000 thank you notes. Here is why he said, most leaders are trained to look for what's not working, what's going wrong, which is understandable. That's part of their job, is to find and fix the problems. But in every organization, at any time, 8 out of 10 things are going right. But everybody's usually just focused on the 2 wrong things. No one was ever talking about what was going right, said Doug. He said, this practice of looking for what's also, not at the sacrifice of fixing problems, mind you, going right, finding contributions of real significance that were reinforcing our values and plans and acknowledging those contributions, he said, it had a profound impact on people and ultimately the performance of our organization. Doug found the more he acknowledged the contributions of others, the more they contributed. And the higher he rose in the ranks, and the better the organizations did under his leadership. Campbell's was a perennial winner of Gallup's Great Workplace Award under Doug's leadership. He was loved and adored by his 20,000 employees. Most any office that you'd walk into, you'd see a handwritten card from Doug thumbtacked to cubicle walls. I tell you Doug's story to have you understand. Leadership is not about being gregarious, being extroverted. It's not about making rousing stump speeches and putting on captivating performances. Leadership is about people. They just want somebody to believe in them. And guess what? Who do they believe in? The one who believes in them. The one who sees them, sees their uniqueness, sees their effort, sees their contributions, and makes them feel important. What I advise Daniel and everybody like Daniel is get into our Hero's Journey leadership development journey. Anyone can grow into a leader, no matter your personality type. You only need to know how. It is a developed skill like anything else. Having a leadership position and title and not having the proper training, I call leadership malpractice, and it can cause serious injury. I know many of us have suffered under an ill-equipped leader, manager, or boss before. In leadership, you are operating on the heart, and most attempt to do it with a hatchet, and then wonder why there's such a bloody mess around them. You wouldn't get into the cockpit of a plane and attempt to fly it with the lives of passengers aboard without being a trained pilot, would you? But many people step into leadership or management positions with people's lives and livelihoods on board just the same. Anyway, the choice is yours. Just know, shy or not, that will not be your limitation to becoming a great leader. I hope that helped you and other shy people with us here today. Hey, to show you and to help lots of other Darren Daily members here today, if you are in a position of management or of leadership of any kind at the office, for a sports team, at church, a social group, a peer group of any kind, if you are and are also a shy or an introvert, write #IntrovertLeader in the comments below. And maybe some encouraging words to Daniel and other shy guys or gals that are with us here today. I think it will be very helpful to lots of people today. Once again, write #IntrovertLeader in the comments below if that is true for you. And share today's Darren Daily widely. I think lots of introverts out there need to hear this hope.
Hi, Darren Daily community. Allie from the A-Team here. Well, our 2022 class of Hero's Journey is in full swing and it's completely sold out, which we did try to warn you that it would go fast. But I wanted to pop on here quickly to let you know that you can put yourself on the reserved list. So this means that you'll be alerted first, just in case a spot opens up down the line. Now, to do that, just click the link below and put your name on the list. So I highly recommend that you do this. That way you don't miss it should the opportunity arise. So I'll be looking for your name to come through. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow for another great mentoring session with Darren.